But it always makes me happy to see citizens show up and concerned about the things that's going on within our county. So first of all, I'd like for the members of the Planning and Zoning Board to introduce themselves and to tell you what area they represent, starting with my left.
Good evening, Bruce Gandy, I'm District 5.
Hello, Cynthia Fortson, District 3.
Dennis Bradley, Vice Chair in District 1.
And William Smith, District 4.
Melissa Payne, zoning clerk. Tracy Patrick, zoning administrator.
And absent tonight is Lee Mitchell, who is out of town, and also our county attorney, Mr. Pruitt, will not be with us tonight. First order of business would be to approve the minutes of September 2nd and September 16th. I think all the members have the minutes in their packet or have had them on email. At this point, I will entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion to approve the minutes of September 2nd and September 16th, and a second. Any questions or comments? If not, Ms. Gandy?
Yes.
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 All right, the minutes have been approved. At this point, we will go into our new business, discussion of zoning applications for the October 21st, 2025 public hearing. And just for information for the audience tonight, the September 21st is the meeting where citizens get to recommend approval or recommend a denial and tell us your opposition or why you're for that particular rezone request. At this point, I'll turn it over to Ms. Patrick, and she will go through them one by one.
Okay. First off is Kevin and Mandy Chandler, and they are requesting to rezone a 4-acre portion of their 28.25 acres from A1 to AR to allow it to be split and gifted to their son for a home site, and to rezone the remaining 24.25 acres from A1 to A2 to bring the property into compliance with zoning regulations. Property is located at 200 Cary Ford Road in Danielsville on Map 50, parcel 57-01 in District 4. So I have the site plan listed here on this monitor. So there's no dwellings on the property right now, and they're wanting to split out 4 acres for their son, and the remaining 24.25 acres they will retain and build a home on it in the near future. A dual rezone is required to achieve this. There's more than ample road frontage for both tracts. They will have separate drives. They are in the rural conservation character area, and it is consistent with the comp plan, and the property is not in Cuba.
Okay, is there any questions about this particular rezone request? Any of the board members? If not, number 2.
Okay. Dennis and Deborah Adams are requesting to rezone their 23.39 acres from A1 to A2 to allow a second home to be placed on the property as an accessory dwelling unit for a child. Property is located at 795 Hardman Hooper Road in Hull on map 16, parcel 54 in District 1. And so the second home, as I said, is for a child. There is an existing 1,600 square foot shop, and they're wanting to convert that entire thing for living quarters. So that is okay and meets ADU requirements because the home, the principal dwelling that's there now, is larger with 2,608 square feet, and they are the legal property owners and they live in that, so all requirements are met there. have to rezone it to A2 because the current A1 zone requires 25 acres and they only have 23.39 acres. And they also will need to bring that into conformity, as it should be in A2 anyway. They plan to use a shared drive. They are in the rural conservation character area, and it is consistent with the comp plan. It is in Cuba, but there's no breach since it's a family member.
Okay. Questions about this one? Comments?
That's it. Board District 1 Board of Commissioners. Property.
All right, number 3.
Dennis and Deborah Adams are requesting to rezone their 22.27 acres from A1 to A2 to bring the property into compliance with zoning regulations. Property is located at 0 Hardman Hooper Road in Hull on map 16, parcel 69-02 in District 1. And this is a vacant tract. The purpose of this rezone is just to bring it into compliance with our zoning regulations because, again, it's zoned A1, which requires 25 acres, and this is only 22.27 acres. Which we usually don't have that request very often without another plan of motion, but that's what he's wanting to do. It is consistent with the comp plan. It too is in the rural conservation character area. It is in Cuba, but that will not constitute a breach.
Okay. Questions, comments? All right, number 4.
Okay. Adam Swan, applicant for James Burtgall, is requesting to rezone a 4.4 acre portion of his 15.16 acres from A2 to R1 to sell and combine with Mr. Swan's adjoining property identified as parcel 0040038 for desired additional road frontage, and the remaining 10.76 acres will stay in the A2 zone. Property is located at 973 Floyd Road in Danielsville on map 40, parcel 44 in District 2. So with this, Mr. Burtgall lives on the property and he's selling Adam 4.4 acres to combine with Adam's adjoining R1 property. And that tract actually is a 50.42 acre tract that came from a rezone in 2005 for a conservation subdivision, but it's just not been developed. It has very limited road frontage, so they're wanting to acquire about 200 feet of additional road frontage during this transaction. Now, Mr. Swan has not expressed any plans for developing the 50.42 acres, but I do have a feeling it will be a subdivision at some point.
But the main purpose of this particular rezone is to get just enough road frontage.
Right, so Mr. Burtgall is just selling him 4.4 acres for additional road frontage for that property. It is in the rural conservation character area, and the R1 zone is inconsistent with the comp plan. However, there are several other surrounding parcels that are in the R1 zone, including Mr. Swan's 50-acre R1 zone. And it's not in Cuba. Neither property is in Cuba.
Okay, so let's understand this. So they want to cut off 4.4 acres, sell it or give it to the one with the 52 acres, so he can have road frontage. So we don't know later on what he's going to do.
But he has no plans at this point,
No.
hasn't expressed any plans.
No.
So why do we have to make that R1?
And is the other 52 acres R1?
Yes,
The whole
and
tract?
that's why. Yes,
Oh, because all the other acres in the R52 is R1.
R1.
They're already split up?
No, it's just one parcel, a 50-acre parcel, 50.42 acres.
So how are they R1?
They were rezoned in 2005 for a conservation subdivision, but it never has been developed.
Yeah, I mean, but he never separated the land.
No, he hasn't moved forward with it. No, he hasn't.
He never moved forward to, where I understand, he never moved forward to break it up into small parcels. He just had that whole 50-something acres as rezoned to R1, so he could do that.
Okay, now we're understanding.
You know, so he might still try to do that if this passes.
But he needed a road.
I mean, he could do it anyway, even if this don't pass, but, because he's already an existing R1, but he's needing that extra road frontage.
Yeah,
Correct.
that's probably why he didn't do it before.
Woodpecker Point, is that a point of access to this property as it sits currently?
It is.
Okay, so this will provide a secondary access point.
Yeah, because he would need don't he need an exit and an entrance?
Well, that really, if we divide that up in R1s, they could put in what, 30 houses or so in it? You'd have to have an outlet in it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We made pass where he had to have an in and out.
Mm-hmm.
So this will give him in and out. Okay.
Well, obviously, it got rezoned, so he already has
Yeah,
met the requirements.
right, but, you know, there's no time limit on how long one gets to develop a subdivision, and that's unfortunate, because now that we're in 2025, there's problems with road frontage all of a sudden, you know, that wasn't addressed back then. So, yeah, he's needing this additional road frontage.
Yeah, so that goes back to the grandfather stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right, any further questions? All right, number 5.
Shane Elrod, applicant for his father Randall Elrod, is requesting to rezone his 4.83 acres from A2 to AR to allow a second home to be placed on the property as accessory dwelling unit for his son. The property is located at 104 Mountain View Lane in Danielsville on map 11, parcel 115 in District 1. So as I said, the accessory dwelling unit is for his son. The son's home will be much smaller than the father's existing home, which it meets all ADU requirements. There will be separate drives, and it is consistent with the comp plan as it's in the rural conservation character area, and this zone complies with that.
Is that a private drive coming off that back to the existing?
It is. Mm-hmm. So the ADU will actually access it off of Allen Road, which is great because you're not adding another driveway, and the parcel's not being split anyway, so it wouldn't matter if he did put it on Mountain View Lane. It has to serve a number of tracks and not driveways. So he's making it better by not adding it to that, but it's not required.
Okay. Questions, comments? All right, number 6.
Paige Job, applicant for AZE 1187 LLC, is requesting a conditional use for the 36.83 acre property to allow the operation of an equine therapy business on the property. Property is located at 1194 Adderhold Rogers Road in Commerce on map 12, parcel 70-01 in District 1. So Mrs. Job is a licensed therapist that lives on the property, and she wants to operate a small-scale equine therapy business. This is considered an agribusiness and is allowed in the A1 zone with an approved conditional use. She will see a maximum of 5 to 6 clients a day. It will be ran 6 days per week. The clients will come onto the property to receive therapy sessions with horses being used as bonding mates only. They will not be ridden, they're just bonding mates only, which I found was interesting. And all sessions are held outdoors. She is planning to build a barn-type structure roughly in the center of this property, and you can see it on the site plan, the yellow highlighted area. And that will actually house the client lobby, a restroom, and office storage space. The property is in the rural conservation character area, and this is consistent with the comp plan. It is in CUVA, but it does not constitute a breach and is actually viewed favorably by the CUVA program because it's agribusiness.
Okay. Questions? I have one. They're asking for conditional use.
Mm-hmm.
I guess my question is, why didn't they ask for B?
Because it doesn't have to be B, and it's better not to put an isolated B zone in agricultural areas. I don't think it would get past number 1. And it's actually an approved use in A1, but it does have to have an approved conditional use. So
is this a nonprofit?
no, it is for profit. But I was in talks with our county attorney, and he said that it's considered agribusiness.
We don't want a business, but it's a business.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, did we say conditional uses go with the property?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
We can put another ag business in
she can sell the property and then.
there, as another ag business.
Mhm.
Well, if it changes from what it is now, it would require new conditional.
It has to be
Oh,
an
it has to
equine,
come back.
whatever
Mhm.
whatever they're asking for, it has to be the same type of business.
Oh, okay.
It can't just be any kind of agribusiness. Any further comments or questions?
I'm not, Mr. Chairman, I'm not exactly sure. You say conditional goes with the property. And in the future, if the young lady wants to sell that property, she can only sell it to be an equine therapy business?
I think she could sell it. My understanding is she could sell it, the property, but if there's going to be a business, another operation of any type of agribusiness, it has to be the same.
Would she come, or would a new prospective buyer come in and ask for a change?
They would have to ask for a change.
Okay,
They'll come back.
It's about the use.
that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be part of the due diligence process. When you go through and you're buying a piece of property, that's something that everybody should do, is go through and see and verify not just what the agent has to say, but actually what is registered with the county, if there's anything that is going to be, placed upon the parcel when the sale is executed.
And so, thank you.
Does she live on the property or?
She does. Mm-hmm. And in fact, she's got a son that's going to live in the basement, and she's applied for an DU permit for another son. So they're hunkering down there.
No more about it on the 21st. All right, number 7.
Okay. Derek House is requesting to rezone a 4-acre portion of his 19.31 acres from A1 to AR to split for his parents and to rezone the remaining 15.31 acres from A1 to A2 to bring the property into compliance with zoning regulations. Property is located at 3906 Highway 98 East in Comer on map 82, parcel 6 in District 2. So Mr. House currently lives on the property and just wants to split out 4 acres to gift his parents, for a home site, and then he, of course, is retaining the 15.31 acres with his existing home. It is required for it to be a dual rezone because the 4-acre portion needs to go to AR. And then the remaining 15.31 will need to go to A2 because it's A1 now, and that's a 25-acre minimum. So that's the reason for the dual rezone. There is ample road frontage for both tracks. There will be 2 separate driveways. It is consistent with the comp plan as it's in the rural conservation character area. It is in Couva, but there's no breach due to it being a family member.
Okay. Questions from the board?
Just as an overall, because ADU is something that we're getting obviously a lot of with these type of things.
Mm-hmm.
When they declare that it's for the accessory dwelling is for a family member, is there anything that verifies that?
It's not required to even say.
So in theory, this could be, and not on this particular one, but overarching, somebody could subdivide, make a rental property, and there's not a mechanism
Or
to.
rent it out anyway.
Okay.
That's something that may come up in the future in the police court.
Amen. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction.
Correct.
We know what don't we find right now.
Okay. All right. Next.
Okay. Ronnie Kelly, applicant for his parents Danny and Susan Kelly, is requesting to rezone an approximate 1-acre portion of their 10.48 acres from A2 to B to split and to allow the operation of an auto repair shop, and to rezone the remaining acreage from A2 to AR to bring the property into compliance with zoning regulations. Property is located at 3152 Lim Edwards Road in Colbert on map 46, parcel 116 in District 5. So the parents live on the property and there's an existing shop that's there. It's 2,100 square feet. The Kelly son, Ronnie, has been running an auto repair business there for a few months. And just by chance, our code enforcement officer happened to discover this and found that he was in violation because he's not in the correct zone for that. So they are trying to rezone the property to allow the business to be continued. So the Kellys are wanting to split out 1 acre with that existing shop to allow for the business. A dual rezone is required. So the 1 acre needs to go to business, and then the remaining 9.48 acres needs to go to AR to bring it into compliance. Because as in the A2 zone, you have to have a minimum of 10 acres. So they no longer have that, we'll only have 9.48. So there is ample road frontage for both tracks. There will be separate driveways. It is in the South Madison character area, and both the business and AR zones are consistent because this character area encourages a mixture of residential and commercial uses. The property is also surrounded by several other business zone properties, which was surprising, and it's not in Couva.
All right. Questions? Comments?
What businesses go,
Off their members, they
I
got-
know there's a church.
I would, let's see.
I have no idea.
The ones in
Have to go see.
blue,
Across the,
the property right there where the cursor is. And it's across the street, so I'm not sure what the businesses are, but they're in the business zone.
Well, that doesn't necessarily, I mean, it just means it's zone, that doesn't necessarily mean that there is a business.
Right.
At the time.
When you cross the tracks there to the right, there's a bunch of storage pods.
Uh,
There's
yeah.
fenced in, but I don't
done
know
that
what
a couple of
the,
years ago, I think that's where the guy was, hauling in them storage parts and hauling them out to,
Yeah,
disaster areas, I think.
generally.
So, he was right across the street from us.
So there's still a bunch of those there.
Yeah.
but they're on that side, I'm saying on this side, I'm trying to see where was there. If you see limbs,
It's next directly in front of it.
Yeah,
If you'll
right
look
across
at
from one, there's
the
a
black
one, never
line in there.
right across the road.
oh, okay, I'm trying to.
See, right here.
Yeah.
That's where they put the shop, but this is where we got the road there.
Oh, so he is on the other side?
Yeah,
Oh,
right across the road.
oh,
Any other comments or questions? All right, number 9.
I do need to take a moment to send, Mr. Smith.
No, we're not there
That's-
yet, are we?
I know, he just wanted us to get
Oh,
him a
get
heads up
clear,
so he
yeah,
can
okay.
phone in.
All right.
Okay. So we are at number
9.
9, okay.
Mhm.
Kimberly Reyes, applicant for her father Marcos Reyes, is requesting to rezone a 3-acre portion of his 13.07 acres from A1 to business to split and to allow a commercial parking area business and to rezone the remaining 10.7 acres from A1 to A2 to bring the property into compliance with zoning regulations. Property is located at 213 Duncan Swindle Road in Commerce on map 11, parcel 3907 in District 1. So, with this one, I'm just gonna have to read off the narrative, it was very lengthy. So, the property contains 13.07 acres with no structures, no existing homes, and it's in A1. They are wanting to turn in this 3-acre portion of the property and allow the operation of a commercial parking area for transfer trucks, trailers, large vehicles, RV storage, that kind of thing. The owners of the vehicles are not permitted to stay on the premises overnight. So it's not like the truck drivers will be sleeping there. They can leave their trucks there and that'd be it. And then, let's see. The remaining 10.07 acres will need to be rezoned to A2 because it needs to be brought into compliance. And then they will be adding a dwelling on this portion in the near future. So that's why the dual rezone is required. If it's allowed to be split, there is enough road frontage for both tracks. However, the business zone is inconsistent with the comp plan in this area, as it falls in the rural conservation character area, where there's no surrounding business zone parcels. However, the A2 zone is consistent with the comp plan. It's not in CUVA, and if approved, the business requirements will be having a minimum of 1 parking space with a wheel stop is required for office employees. The commercial parking area is not required to be paved, as it is not for retail purposes, so gravel is allowed. The commercial driveway, both the driveway and apron, must be paved or concreted. Due to the business ban for outdoor storage of large vehicles, and the property abuts residential properties on all sides, the rear and both side property lines must be enclosed with a solid privacy fence that's a minimum of 8 feet in height and with the bottom being no higher than 4 inches from the ground. The front of the property can be either buffered by a privacy fence or by adding additional landscaping. It won't require the stormwater plan because it's not exceeding over 5,000 square feet of impervious surfaces. And I will say we have received a lot of opposition, just a lot of negative feedback on this one.
Is this letter here that we all have, is that part of it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everybody has, all the board members have a letter about this.
Each one of those slots is where they can park something on this little diagram.
Mm-hmm.
And they want to build an office. That's what the instruction's going to construct. Where it says office.
Mm-hmm. They're gonna, have someone at the property during normal business hours, and they say they're gonna have a lock gate, and I think it's gonna be 7 to 7, the business hours, and it's gonna be locked after those hours.
7 P to 7 A?
Mm-hmm.
Was there
No,
any-
7 A to 7 P.
Does it envision any sort of maintenance
I'm sorry?
being done there? Any sort of maintenance being done there?
No, just parking only.
They're gonna close at 7 p.m. and not open at 7 a.m. that morning. A lot of the truckers get out early.
And that letter of intent, explains all that's in your packet. It gives it more of a detailed rundown on it.
How far is this, how far is this off of Highway 98? I think Dustin Swan was in the 98, didn't it?
3 parcels.
That's right, yeah, it's right across from Youngtown Road, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about tonight.
Okay. 3 parcels.
Maybe we should look at the key point.
Much smaller road.
Okay, so here's, so she's pointing there to
Okay,
Highway 98.
that makes it much clearer. 98, you gotta go 3 parcels to get to that area.
Mhm. And
That's
she was,
awful small road to be driving a big truck on.
and she was saying that a lot of times there's so much interstate traffic and they just don't have anywhere to park, and they're like parking on the side of the roads and stuff, so she's expressing that's the need of the area since it's so close to I-80.
So you're saying, she's saying that there's a lot of traffic off 98, they're parking on the side of the road?
Or, mm-hmm.
That's quite a way.
He's seen it, I don't know that to be for a fact, but,
That's kind of hard to believe, because they got a truck stop up there in Commerce they could go
mhm.
to.
We'll see on the 21st, but that's quite a ways from I-85.
mhm.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
Yeah.
She had worded all that in the letter of intent, so I would give that a closer look.
We'll give it a closer look. Any other questions or comments on it? We're making the rash judgment. Let's just stay in that one. Number 10.
Okay. Haywood Falk, applicant for Song Chow, is requesting a variance to allow 2 corners of a proposed stack house to be built closer to the property line than what is required, with a 90-foot deficit on one corner and an 8-foot deficit on the other. Property is located at 0 Sanford Nicholson Road on map 16, parcel 155 in District 1. So Mr. Child currently has 5 poultry houses and 1 existing stack house on the property. So the existing stack house isn't large enough to accommodate all 5 chicken houses. So he's wanting to add a second one. Problem is all 4 corners of the stack house must be a minimum of 300 feet from property line. So he can meet that on 2 of the corners, but the 2 corners that I spoke of, the southeast corner, is only gonna be 201 feet from the property line, leaving a 99-foot deficit. And on the south side corner, it's gonna be 308 feet from the property line, leaving an 8-foot deficit. So not large deficits, but,
I'll have to accuse myself on this,
okay.
because y'all standing in the back.
One time to vote. I think so what you want to say now, but the time to vote, you can't vote.
Now, I know, it's, really, the whole chicken house is got under brackets on, ain't no 300 foot, it's the whole backside of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't want to be large, no more than what it is, because I see the chicken house as my house right now, so. Especially in the winter time, yeah. You can see them real good.
My question is there enough property that the stack house can be put in a different position?
Not due to the topography of the land.
See, the topography of the land is, one of them got a creek going down through it, where Sidney Scott comes by, I'm right beside Sidney Scott. There's a little corner come up there in the corner, there's a hill right there, and a hill, and the creek runs right through it. My property and Sidney's property right down below it, so there's a big hill there.
Mm-hmm.
How long have those poultry houses been there?
90s, early 90s, I think. I know they messed up good here on that.
Before zoning.
So the poultry houses have been there since in the 90s, but all of a sudden the stack house is not big enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, the Culpepper's, I think, it's Perry Culpepper actually built them houses back in the 90s, I think. And they owned the house over on South Nicholson Road, and I think they sold the house and sold the chicken house separate.
Where's the stack house now? The one that he does?
Right.
That right there?
Mm-hmm. Right where the cursor is.
Is there any kind
So
of,
he can't fit one down on the other side? I mean, down from that?
Oh, no, that'll be the new one, right?
The gray one's the new one.
The gray one's the new one.
Well,
I
where's
think
the,
to meet the setback for the houses and the property
Oh.
line, that was the best fit.
Because it has to be at least 400 feet from existing dwellings other than what's on the property.
And I think this made all the setbacks from the homes, just not the property line.
okay, but I'm saying, where's the one that's now? You say that's
I think
the new
it's this little one right
Oh,
here,
that
where it
little
says barn, I think that's it.
So he wants to increase it, make
He
that
wants-
one bigger.
Mm-hmm.
is there any requirements that the stack house has to be a certain size? Can it be 90 feet less or 90, whatever it is?
You mean the deficit?
Yeah,
It has to meet the same setbacks as chicken house.
all right.
So,
But the, I guess I'm asking, can the
Size of the
stack house be smaller?
As far as we go, we don't care how big it is.
Correct.
But I think they get grants from the USDA that
And it has to be a certain size.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he's asking for the deficit. But he could still build a stack house, but not as big as he wants to.
So, I don't know about stack house there. So you cannot expand an older stack house and make it larger?
As long as it meets the setbacks, I
Well, that's what I'm
imagine
saying,
you
how
could.
come he can't take the existing one and expand it? I don't know about that house.
Well, that's something
He
you'll have to ask.
didn't reveal that.
All right, any further questions? All right, number 11.
Okay. Eugene Knight, applicant for Gail Hanson, is requesting to rezone a 5-acre portion for 23.57 acres from A1 to AR split and gift a grandchild for a home site, and to rezone the remaining 18.57 acres from A1 to A2 to bring the property into compliance with zoning regulations. Property is located at 0 Della Slayton Road in Commerce on map 102, parcel 36 in District 4. So there are no homes on the property currently. It does require the dual rezone because the 5-acre portion needs to go to AR, and the remaining 18.57 acres needs to go to A2 to be brought into compliance. Due to the location of where the 5-acre split will be split from on the property, an easement will be required to access it, as the property line narrows to only 40 feet in that location for the split to have road frontage. But the remaining tract will have ample road frontage. It is in the rural conservation character area, and both rezones requested is consistent with that. It is not in Cuba.
All right, questions or comments on this one? Hearing none. Number 12.
Okay. Winfred Carey is requesting to rezone a 2-acre portion of his 23.86 acres from A2 to R1 to split for his son. The remaining 21.86 acres will stay in the A2 zone. Property is located at 115 Cary Road in Danielsville on map 50, parcel 73 in District 4. So there are already 2 homes on the property. Mr. Carey lives in one, and his son lives in the other. So the existing ADU went through a rezone in 2023. Y'all probably remember it, from A1 to A2 to allow for the second home to be put on the property. Now he's wanting to just go ahead and split that house out of the property, but only wants to do 2 acres of it to give to son. And then he's proposing to retain 21.86 acres with his home on it. So the property is in the rural conservation character area, and the requested R1 zone is inconsistent with the comp plan. He was advised of this, and I told him, the best thing to do was rezone it to AR, allow for that 4-acre split, but he said that he only wanted to give him 2 acres because the son is somewhat disabled and wouldn't be able to afford the property taxes on 4 acres, but he could on only 2 acres. So I did tell him that it is inconsistent, and he wanted to pursue it anyway. Both tracts will have ample road frontage. It is in Cuba, but no breach would be constituted to the sports fund.
Yeah, he didn't think about maybe ADU, if he's
He's got
He's
a,
already in.
Already got it.
Oh,
the house he got there, his son lived in, what, 2 acres yet? His
Mhm.
80, he's gonna cut off 2 acres for it.
Yeah, he just wants to split out now.
so how's that AD? Is there another house?
That's what he had. There's 2 homes on that property
Oh,
now.
okay, now.
He had it rezoned for an ADU back in 23.
Okay, because I don't see it.
So now he wants to split it out. But
So technically, it's no longer an ADU.
no longer say ADU, and it doesn't meet the requirements of the 4-acre. It used to be 2 acres long ago, but now it's 4.
Okay, wait, where is ADU is usually separate from the home that somebody lives in.
It's the second home
Yeah.
on the property.
So there's
So
2
where
homes.
is the, I know,
The parent's home, and then this is the son's home they're wanting to split out.
okay, so that's what I'm saying, so that's not an ADU.
It is an ADU.
It's an ADU now, but if we allow this, then it no longer will be an ADU.
There's 2 homes on the parcel right now. The parents, the Mr. Carey
Yeah,
and
he
the
wants,
son.
okay, I see what you're saying, he wants to cut that out and give the home and the land.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then they'll retain their home in the 21 acres.
Okay.
There's 23 acres right now, he got ADU.
and it doesn't meet the character area because he's asking for R1 rather than an AR. If he was asking for an AR, it would require 4 acres.
Yeah.
So this would be quite a,
So you give your son the bigger home?
No.
His son's 2 acres.
no.
No, I said home. You said
No.
there's 2 homes on it.
Well, he's
Yeah.
one, his home is on 21 acres, his son's gonna be on 2 acres up there at the corner. That's where his son's house is now.
And in order for us to approve the ADU back in 23 or whatever when we did, the ADU had to be smaller
Right.
than the original house.
So that's why I said that's the one the son's gonna have in this with the 2 acres.
Mm-hmm.
So that was 80.
Okay. Any further comments or questions? All right.
All right, for application 13, Josh Smith, applicant for Scott Foster. Mr. Smith did contact me today, and he wanted to attend the meeting in case any of you had any direct questions for him, that he is traveling out of town. So he did ask that we give him a call when it's time
Okay.
for his to come up.
How about Mr. Carey?
No, for Josh Smith.
No. Did we skip Mr. Carey?
No, we just finished Carrie. That was
Yeah,
the
that's the one
ADU.
they-
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to let you know that I'm gonna put you on speaker so you can listen to the, planning and zoning meeting. Yes, you're welcome.
Okay.
Okay, Ms. Patrick.
All right.
Number 13.
Josh Smith, applicant for Scott Foster, is requesting a conditional use to allow the development of an RV park and campground on the property. The property is located at 0 Wildcat Bridge Road in Royston on map 78, parcel 47-01 in District 4. So the current property owner is Scott Foster, and Josh Smith, Matthew Edwards, and Aubrey Lunsford are in the process of purchasing this property. This type use is allowed in an A1 zone with an approved conditional use. He is proposing to have 54 RV sites and 10 campsites on Broad River. The park details is on-site host at all times, designated with internal roads and adequate parking to allow for safe ingress and egress. Only one entrance and exit. They'll be using a community well for the water supply. The structures that will be built on the property is an office building, a bathhouse, and a laundry building. And I believe the bathhouse and laundry is going to be combined. There is green space and outdoor communal areas with paths and playgrounds proposed. If approved, he will have to meet all of the section 9.1.1 through 9.16. It's two different sections in our zoning ordinance pertaining to RV parks, which is very extensive. There has to be everything addressed, a lighting plan, certain type of ground material. It just goes on and on. But this is just to ask for the condition.
Okay, so we'll be able to study this, is it 9 point what?
Okay, it's 9.1.1 through 9, it's like -9. Okay, let me go back. 9.1.1, and that goes on to 9.1.1.16, and then an additional section is 6.2.2.1, letter E of the zoning ordinance.
So whatever that says, all that has to be met.
Yes. If the RV park is approved for a conditional use. And the packet shows the letter of intent and things of that nature.
What about sewer?
They will have individual septic tanks. Is that right, Mr. Smith?
So what we're looking at, I'm not sure if you guys can hear me.
You tell me.
I'm going for a, county training. But if you guys can hear me, so each lot will have its own septic hookup, is what we're proposing. And it will have, it'll have one main, it'll have a commercial sewer system that will, we gotta finish out with the engineers about how, once it's approved and all that, about how it'll actually go in, but, all the property it'll have its own commercial sewer system, either through the drain fields, that go out, and I can explain that in the next meeting further, with the planner. But also, like I said, it'll have its own sewer system. Nothing will be drained into a spot that's not designated appropriate, and nothing will go near the river.
Okay, thank you, sir.
What about lighting?
Yes, sir.
It is required to have a lighting plan, and that's part of the RV park requirement. But we haven't got to that part yet, because we've got to see if it's allowed first.
Oh,
But it's required to have lighting every so feet, every so how many feet.
I guess one of my questions, how far is this from existing homes or existing properties?
Okay, so that property is the black highlighted area,
Okay.
and you can see the ones in there, all beside it.
But if I can add, Ms. Tracy, there will be vegetative barriers in place.
Okay,
So this considered a business?
do we have, any questions from the board?
The distance, I noticed the pathway to the river. Is there any activity or interface with the river that RV park will have?
Ms. Patrick, can you answer that, or you don't have that?
He would need to answer that.
Did you hear the question?
No, sir, I'm sorry.
I'm just wondering, do you own the land all the way to the river?
Do you own the land all the way to the river?
So we're in the process of, if approved, we will purchase the property all the way to the river, yes, sir.
Okay. All right, that answers his question. Any further questions?
Well, you don't know.
He's trying to get it.
Any other questions? All right, well, thank you, sir. On the 21st, you will be here, or somebody to represent you.
I'm sorry, sir, just for a second.
I said on the 21st, you will be here, or you will have somebody here to represent you.
I will be here, I will be there, and also I'm planning on having, our planner and designer with me as well.
All right.
And so, but I also wanted to clarify, just so any neighbors, anyone had any, suspicions, or questions, this is not long-term rentals that we're looking at. We're looking at building a nice, family-oriented, a very nice, family-oriented, RV park.
Okay.
And so we're not studying on long-term rentals. That hasn't even crossed our minds. I'm a big advocate of the river myself, and my kids play in Broad River every day. Well, not every day, but all the time. And, this is something that we're looking to be, we want it to be a part of the community as far as being a nice family-oriented place.
All right.
Wait, I want to ask you.
We have another question for you.
Yeah, on, I guess this plan that we see, you're gonna have tents where people can rent out
Yes, ma'am, so there'll be 54, RV hookups, and right now we have planned with, because of the parking regulations of Madison County for the park, we have those parking spots designated for each spot, but we also have, what we're gonna, you can refer to as like a, pioneer type camping, I guess. It's basically gonna be like for tent spots. Most likely they'll be built on, we haven't 100% figured this out exactly, but there'll be some type of platforms that the tent can sit on, kind of like at the state parks where they go, where you can go and camp and you can bring a tent. There'll be some type of platform that the tent can actually sit on. That way, they're not sleeping on the ground per se. But yes, I believe there's 10 tent sites, and on the plan there, it'll be listed T1 through T10. I believe there's 5 on one side and 5 on the other.
Okay, so on the 21st, we'll be able to ask all these questions and listen to this. I don't want to get into this debate tonight. So, thank you, sir, for your input. On the 21st, you'll be able to answer all the questions, and we'll be able to hear from those that support it and those that do not.
Yes, sir, absolutely, and thank you for allowing me to be on the call tonight.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, any further comments among ourselves on this particular one? I'm sure there's a million questions we could ask, and we could get into a long debate, and I really don't want to do that tonight because this is not the time to do it. Any other new business? Okay, now we do have some old business, to discuss auction bonds and livestock sale provisions. And I brought this to the board to consider because we had a request and it got, it brought us to take a look at these two particular things, and I wanted to add some setbacks to both of these. I looked at the new proposed, what do they call it? UDC, and it has put in 100 feet, I believe, for auction bonds. But I personally would like to see it to be the same as poultry house setbacks, or somewhere in between. So I'm bringing that to you all tonight to discuss, and if we decide on something, then, Ms. Patrick, if I'm correct, it has to be advertised for a public hearing?
That's only if we're proposing an amendment, yes.
Yes,
it would.
we're proposing an amendment to what's there now.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And livestock provisions doesn't have any kind of.
So we would have to come up with the verbiage that you guys agree on, so I guess that would be, y'all put your thinking caps on and come up with how you would like it worded, and then I would have to get with Mr. Pruitt about proposing that text amendment.
Now, you guys tell me if I'm all right left up, because I don't think it's proper that a sale barn or a livestock sale provision should be near a people's residence. The last one that's going in, and we can't do anything about it, is 100 feet from a man's back door. And I don't think that's proper. So I would like to add setbacks, whether it be 100 feet, 200 feet, 300 feet, or whatever poultry houses are now. I'm proposing to you guys that it be the same as the poultry house.
And also, we need to have it in there that, so many feet from any other structure building, like residential building. like they like had on that stack house, had to be 400 some feet from the existing homes and all. It should be the same as that too.
I guess that's what I'm proposing, that it be the same language as poultry house.
I would like to say, it's just my opinion, that the verbiage should be plain and simple and not broad, where you know exactly what you can sell.
Okay, well, I think that is already,
The verbiage right now is very broad. The one that they changed it to.
right, correct. Well,
But that's another.
I'm not, that's a different subject.
Yeah, I know.
What I'm asking for now is to add to, the permitted use of livestock sale provision and the conditional use of auction barns to be the same as poultry houses.
Are you asking for a motion, or are you asking for, we put this in discussion?
I did want to mention, our board member Lee Mitchell said he had been doing some thinking on it and had some proposals, and he couldn't make it tonight, but, you know, it might be something that y'all might want to discuss with him, or if you want to make a motion to move forward with this next amendment.
I think we all five of us on the board should be here. I think all going to November meeting. That way Lee can have his input on it too. Right.
Yeah, I mean, there's no real rush on it. I don't know of anybody that's trying to put in either one of these things at the moment, but, it bothered me because that was a permitted use, and those people were able to put this in without any kind of setbacks, and that was just too close to that resident for me. So, I mean, I don't have a problem with delaying it until Lee gets here. Can we, after our public hearing, can we discuss that among the board?
We can, we'll just take it up as old business.
Or that Commissioner Beers?
No, talking about Lee.
Oh, Lee wanted to.
Yeah, Lee wants to.
I just wanted to make mention, so the poultry house setbacks currently are 200 feet from all property lines, 400 feet from any existing home other than the property owner, and 800 feet from any municipal, church. I just want to make sure everybody knows the setbacks of the poultry houses. Do you want it to be?
I thought it was 300 feet. They changed it.
Oh, it is 300 feet. I misspoke. You're right. 300 feet from property line, 400 from a home, and 800 from any municipal building. That's all I checked out.
I am proposing that it be the same as poultry house. That's what I would like to see, but, you know, I don't have a vote. So you guys will have to come up with whatever you think is proper. But I think that there needs to be some type of setback. And the UDC has proposed, and we're going to adopt that at some point. It hasn't been adopted yet, but I don't want the 100 feet adopted. I want it to be something else.
So that's, you would like to amend what's currently our current zoning?
Yes.
Okay.
Because, I mean, we can look at the UDC that's being proposed,
Well, I mean,
but that's not in place now.
But as the last meeting, I mean, we're supposed to talk about it. We're voting on it as a recommending body next meeting, correct?
I need
No.
to change that. That, has since changed. Chairman Higdon at the first was wanting to push it through to have to November, but, it took a turn of direction when, Christina said that CCL needs to be in charge of doing that, amendment and there needs to be more discussion, basically, because there were so many departments having questions with this and that. So that kind of slowed the train, so we will not be voting on that.
Okay. Do we have any idea what we are? You know, just once again, so we're not creating double work here to amend what's currently presented to then work on the UDC.
It's very confusing.
Resemble that.
They are, yeah.
Gotcha, okay.
Do we need to even discuss anything in the UDC tonight? Cause I found some things in there that I was not.
No, I would send
I was
an
not happy
email
with it.
to me, and I would forward it on to Christina, to let her forward it to CPL, because that's the chain of command on that, but yes.
Do you know how long they're giving us, because that's a very long document.
It's supposed to be done in a timeline that CPL will be distributing or handling. So right now, it's almost like going back to the discussion of it all, instead of fixing a vote on it.
So they don't know.
They don't know. So we all have it. So I would suggest that we all take a look at it, you know, but we're already a year behind, so.
Yeah.
So.
We need to decide on where we want to vote that, talk about what you're talking about, either tonight or put it off to next,
I think we had agreed to put it
I think we agreed to put it off.
business
Until after our public hearing on the 21st. Then we will discuss it and decide when we want to advertise.
I appreciate that, guys. I did not know that about the UDC, and so that's where I was kind of, you know, how much are we gonna double work?
Yeah.
You know that, so I'm thanking you.
So do we have to make a vote on that?
Not tonight.
No, I mean, we're gonna pass, we're gonna wait.
No.
Yeah, we don't have to have it. We'll just wait. All right, anything else?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
I was asleep. Thank you guys for coming.
We can't ask any questions.
Well, on the 21st, you'll be able to do whatever.